All right. Welcome to another edition of the Think Rich Quick Success Interviews. Folks, I'm so excited to interview one of my most successful students. Her name is Thea Santos. She's based in the Philippines, and she made over quarter of a million pesos from her very first deal. And, in the last video, she revealed how she was able to sell properties basically in 2 weeks. All right, so very very quickly by using what I call extreme marketing. All right, and in this video, she will reveal to you guys how to control a deal in such a way that the buyer will not go around you. Because if they can go around you as the wholesaler, then guess what? Then you don't get paid, right? So, Thea, what were the contracts that you used to wholesale your deals?
To wholesale my deals. Okay, so first I gave the bank my offer letter, and then I made sure that they received it and signed it. When they approved my offer, so I also asked for a notice of approval, and I gave the post-dated check. So that guarantees me that the property is already mine, even if the check is not, it's hasn't cleared yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the after the down payment has been, it's already good,
Mm-hmm.
they release the deed of conditional sale, because this the payment scheme for this property is actually 15 years. So we call it contract to sell or deed of conditional sale, and that is the
Mm-hmm.
binding document
Mm-hmm.
between me and the bank.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's what I call the A to B, right? So you have your A being the bank or the seller, and then B you the wholesaler. So now that you have that under contract, or you have a contract to sell, or a purchase contract, then now you have since you have a right to buy the property, then now you have a
Yeah.
right to sell, which is what you did next one, right?
Yes.
The B to C. Okay, so
Yeah.
explain that in like 1 minute.
In one. Okay, so from me to my buyer, I use a deed of assignment.
Mm-hmm.
So I am assigning my right in the contract to sell.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So after I had assigned it and gave that document to the bank, the buyer actually got or inherited my balance, my loan balance, and technically the property is already hers. So it was turned over to her,
Mm-hmm.
and it was shown in the contract.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
also changed the contract to sell through the deed of assignment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So the deed of assignment basically, you give that to to the bank, or actually to your stating that, hey, Mr. Bank, or the seller, the real buyer, is taking over my place, and in exchange for the buyer taking over your place, then the buyer gives you your assignment fee, right? So
Yes, right.
so the A to B, your contract to sell, gives you control, and then your B to C, or your assignment contract, gives you the cash. Okay, so because the
Yep.
buyer then takes over your place. All right, so on Saturday, June 5, 2010, Taya and I will do a 1 hour Q&A webinar where we will answer all your questions about this topic, about how, if you are absolutely broke, you have no money, how you can get into the real estate game, buy a property, no money down, and then in 2 weeks or less, or whatever, very very quickly find your buyer, so the buyer takes over your place, and we will even give you an opportunity to know how you can be coached by Thea. So if you go to freereseminars.com, again, that's free RE, which stands for real estate, seminars.com, you will find out how to register for that webinar. And if you stay at the very end of the webinar, she will even give you copy of her contracts, the A to B and the B to C, okay, that allowed her to successfully wholesale her very first deal, and you can use those contracts in your wholesale deals as well. So again, go to freereseminars.com, and Thea, thanks for your time, and I will see you soon.
Okay. Thank you, Trace.
Thank you.